to do it today because for me, that's one of the most important. Eldoa is in a way easy to do, but to teach it is very complex. So first, I'm a teach it to one of you, and then we're gonna go practice it. And from there, I think, well, let's just go through this. So as I was telling you, as you could see, you can see the different, you can see the dura mater, you see the link, the ferromic canal, you can see the dura mater arachnoid. So if that, you begin to create a little side bending, a little rotation on the spine, you can compress the ganglion. Whenever I work with the eyes down, it's because you're working on creating the tension through the dura mater. As you can see, you have the falx cerebellum. There's different here. You have the GWS. That has movement. It goes kind of like a limit sky, like a figure eight. The GWS goes into like a figure eight, comes down, then comes back. The occiput moves up and back down, and the frontal bone moves down and up. But whenever it comes back, now you begin to open more on the outside. And it opens at this angle and then comes back in. There's a little movement. As you can see, it's like a little map. Your brain's, the CSF, the cerebrospinal fluid, is constantly moving. So whenever you're, for example, you have a concussion on one side, your goal for me first is to move it manually to make sure that bone is moving, because a lot of times, if you get a concussion, perhaps you get stuck there and you keep feeling headaches on one side of the brain. Now with this exercise, with that Eldoa exercise that you do for the neck, that goes to try to not only create that space, but now you start thinking, hey, I'm also working deeper with the brain. If you don't create the action, if you don't think about it, then you're not really creating the tension. As you could see, this is the nuchal ligament. It is in link. As you could see, you have the pituitary gland that goes here. All that is in link with the wide of the eyes. So you can start seeing whenever you keep the eyes down. If you cannot keep the head straight, some of you, I bring a little towel or a book to make sure that's all in erection. That way you can work with all that, with the brain and all the movement. So is that okay for you? That is movement at about 3 to 4 seconds. The rhythm is about 3 to 4 seconds. He goes in, then comes back. And it works in a limit sky first. You move the head in extension as the sacrum is going into flexion, and then the opposite. It's happening every day as you're speaking right now. So any questions on that? It works with the PRM. So it's the primary respiratory system. That's something that it just naturally happens within your body. It's constantly going into the jail cell. As you can see, but not only you're moving the liquid within the brain. Remember what I said, the eyes, that's part of the sclera, the white of the eye, all in link with the dura mater, as you could see. And your goal as you do the exercise is to keep the eyes down, and I want to create tension throughout the whole spine to get all that under tension. And once I do that, then I begin to move a leg and an arm, and it's like a rhythm that you're going through it. I'm gonna show you in a second, but you see you're moving all the water within the brain. That's one of my favorite Eldoas to do, and I like to do it kind of like the L5S1 at the end, or sometimes I do it at the beginning, but then I also bring it back at the end for them to feel the difference in the movement. Any questions? And as you could see, it's not that the bones are moving, it's the suture is moving. It's going into different movements. And a lot of times, people that have neck pain, a lot of times the occiput doesn't move. So everything's moving, but now whenever it comes back, it just stays kind of like a spasm. You don't feel it, but like you can feel the movement of the PRM and all that stuff through the cranial and stuff. Well, the one thing is you're moving the liquid. If someone hits you, then the liquid perhaps moves, or perhaps it stays in that, just like osteoarthritis. You know, you got hit and you didn't do anything. Yeah, you feel fine, but like you might, if you get another concussion, you'll pay, because now you didn't do anything. You didn't move the liquid throughout the cerebrospinal fluid. So you gotta move it. For me, you either move it manually or you move it with the exercise of the Eldoa, but not just the Eldoa for the CSF. Whenever you do the Eldoa, you're not just sitting there, it's the entire spine being in tension. So you're not necessarily focusing on that, but whenever you do the other Eldoas, you're also working on moving the liquid throughout. It's just this one is precise nicely for the CSF. I like to do it like the day after. But if you're waiting too many weeks, then it's like perhaps you're moving, perhaps you're not. But if you begin to move it, and you will see, I'm gonna have someone come demonstrate. It's very technical, but it feels really good as you do it. Who wants to take this one? You wanna come? So I'll teach you this one, and then we will practice it. Can I have you lay down on your back, please? Okay, I'll show you this. Then my goal is to show you how can you turn an Eldoa into becoming a proprioceptive exercise. All the Eldoas that we did, how can you turn into a proprioceptive exercise? And I want to show you the test of the scoliosis and the awareness and proprioception test. Okay, I think they can just see, or you want to come close. It's up to you. So the first thing, I want to make sure that he works with his eyes down, keep the chin tucked, and I want to bring the knees 90 degrees. Hold on to your knees. Bring this one. I want to cross my arms, and my goal here is I want to pull the knees close to me, but I want to feel the sacrum down on the floor. I want to keep this down, and at the same time, Jacob, right? Tyler. Yes. He's gonna push the head away, keeping the eyes down. He's gonna pull, and if you can, more technical, I want to create an eversion of the foot. Okay, now from here, remember what I said, whenever the knees are bent, you create an eversion. Whenever the leg is straight, you do into pseudo inversion. Okay, so he's gonna maintain the eyes down. He's gonna maintain the low back completely flat on the floor the whole time. So he maintains this, and now from here, he's going to drop the right leg down. Drop, I maintain the back straight, eyes are down. Look at my, drop the heel, keep this flat. Now slowly begin to straighten the leg, bring this arm back, keep the eyes down. Now bring it in, bring the foot in. Now the leg is straight. He's going to the pseudo inversion, and he's pushing the heel, push the hand, push into Tori, bend the wrist more. Keep the eyes down, look at me. There you go. Now push here, push the hand to Tori. Tori is pushing. Feel, keep the sacrum, back is flat, lift up the leg. Make sure the back is flat. For him, he needs to stop here. Now from here, eyes down, look at me. Now slowly maintain that. Now from here, he push the heel away, go up with the leg, up, 1,000, 2, 1,000, go. Now slowly begin to bend the knee, but keep the tension, push the heel. I go to 90 degrees, keep it straight. I want to keep the back flat. I want to push the heel up, keeping the eyes down, keeping the SI joint down. Now from here, he begins to bring the arm towards the knee, grab, make sure you secure the right knee, and then slowly keep the eyes down, and now slowly let this one go, push towards Tori, go here, go, more, evert the foot, good, now eyes down, look at me, push the heel up, 1,000, bring the arm forward, 2, 1,000, eyes down, go. Now you can begin to bend the knee, but keep the flexion on the foot, push the heel more, now push the heel maximum, push the sacrum, and I relax, grab the knee, secure the knee, make sure this stays flat the entire time. Now I go with the other side, go, evert the foot, there you go, keep the knee here, go, more, eyes down, look at me. You see how he keeps lifting the eyes down, now go up with the leg, up, eyes down, bend the wrist, more, eyes down, look at me, more, lift. Now turn the foot in, now go in, more, bend the knee lightly if you can, because I want to go to 90 degrees, so if it needs to bend the knee, I'm okay, but I work with the tension. Now push the sacrum down, eyes are down, and grab the knee. Do we have any question over this? If you want to be more technical, I can work with him. Keep the eyes down, push the sacrum. But I hold a little bit. I want to create maximum stretch at this angle where he goes into the inversion there. But remember, as he goes here, I want to keep the inversion. Once I get to 90 degrees, I want to push the heel, push the sacrum down to create maximum tension, and then I let it go. It's like you try to create tension, then let it go, like creating a little pump. Take it slow. Just take it slow. Make sure you have the tension, because if you don't have the tension, it doesn't matter how many seconds. 1 or 2 seconds to make sure, do I push the heel? Do I keep the sacrum? He needs to ask himself that. Am I doing those 2 things? If not, then you need to do it, or need to figure out how to do it, and then we go. Like 1, 2 seconds, because he's trying to figure out, I want to push maximum, I want to make sure he's pushing maximum, because I want to get that whole spine under tension. Does that make sense? Not specifically, you can do it for like in a group class, but if someone has a concussion, this is a great Eldoa for that. The Eldoa for the cerebrospinal fluid. Questions? Sometimes I tell them, hey, do 8 reps on each leg, sometimes 10 reps. But it's more about getting them to understand, hey, work slow, because you need to focus on creating the tension. You're just going with the legs and the eyes, then you're not working with the tension. So you might be moving stuff, but I don't know how much stuff you're really moving. Would anyone would like to try it? I can put them through it. No one volunteering? No, someone else.